So the first question I have for you is, do you believe in retirement?
I don't know.
What?
I think it's a I so I'll start this way. All the data tells me that when your body senses that it is through with its purpose, it just begins to fall apart.
Hmm.
And I can imagine I could pontificate for the reasons why that is. But this idea that I want to get to a place where I don't have to do anything, I think it's a emotional, it's a physical, it's a spiritual desert. It's a cash out. If you want to retire from a particular job so that you can go do something else that brings you purpose, but just not have to clock in every day, that's amazing. That's cool. But if your goal is to retire to do nothing or to just fish all day or to go hunting all the time, bro, I would hunt every day of my life if I could. But at some point, it surpasses its utility. So no, I just don't like that idea of retirement. I like the idea of I want to have some world where I can contribute and have purpose. Just again, the data tells me I don't want to die young, right?
Yeah, yeah, no, I totally agree with that. I think it's one of the things as financial, advisors, people in the financial world that we struggle with is that your goal is to try to get people towards retirement. But I'm with you. I've seen people do that in the sense of what they think it's supposed to look like: play golf, drink lemonade, hang out, and it's all of a sudden, what's my purpose? And specifically, it seems like for men that go into that, it's what's my purpose? Purpose it always was to provide. Now, what's my job? Like,
Right.
what do I do?
Yeah. And who am I? And there's all kinds of research on learned helplessness, and it's something that my buddies or the people I sit with get out of the military. If you go into the military when you're 18 and you get out when you're 28 or 24, I guess, you've been having somebody tell you what you're going to do minute by minute, and
Yeah,
it's disorienting when you get out, right? And so even if you're used to some sort of rhythm and you are a camaraderie, everybody's working towards a goal and things like that. I love the idea of planning for how are you going to support yourself in years when either your ability to produce at the level you did when you're 40 or in your 50s or in your 30s, that diminishes, and that makes sense. But I like the question, when you are fully in control of what you do next,
hmm,
will you be able to afford that?
yeah,
And that to me is a worthwhile endeavor. That's a fun question to ask. When you
sure.
want to, like, when you're 70 and you might not be able to, of course, you won't be able to run as fast as you did or come up with new ideas like you were able to or start new companies like you used to be able to, which takes 22 hours a day for a year, right? Will you be able to be as recklessly generous as you love being? Will you be able to tip that waiter like you want to tip that waiter? Will you be able
Mhm.
to just spoil your poor grandkids and to the point that your kids get annoyed with you? Will you be able to make sure one or both of you can get the cancer treatment you need? That to me is worthwhile. That's why you plan. I guess
That's right.
maybe unfortunately they put retirement on the front end as though we're planning for instead of saying like life stage planning or something like that, right?
Yeah, no, I totally agree with that point too. It's almost having to build like what's next. What is life going to look like next? And so many people look at the money as the goal, and then they go, "Okay, I'm retiring. I'm done with my work. Whether it's because I just don't enjoy it anymore. I feel like it's a number that I have to hit. I hit it, and then they go, "Oh my goodness, I didn't realize how panicked I am. How much I now I'm watching the news. I'm seeing all these things. I'm hearing things and
Yep.
feeling things differently because I'm having to create something new, and I have no idea how to do that."
Yeah. Dr. Attia talks about this in terms of aging, and we're in the midst of this big anti-aging movement, right? And we've been going on that aesthetically from how do you biohack your way to live to be 5,000 years old. Personally think most of that's nonsense, but I like the way he distinguishes between lifespan and health span.
No.
And I love how he says it. Why in the world would you want to live to be 100 when at 90 you are unable to get out of a bed?
Mm-hmm.
You were unable to do things that brought you joy. You're unable to hold your grandbabies. You're unable to see, like, why would you want that extra 10 years let's maximize health span. What's the longest possible life you could live where you can still do the things that you want to do and have autonomy, right? And so that completely changes how you live your life in your 30s and 40s and 50s. And I see retirement planning, if you will, in the same way. Why in the world would you want to live to be 100 when from 85 to 100, you are dependent every year on the government having enough money to send you a check?
Yeah.
Versus, no, from 85 to 100, I still got to be in the driver's seat of my own life. What a cool thing that would be, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Discussions in this show are for entertainment and educational purposes only and should not be construed as specific recommendations or investment advice. Always consult with your investment professional before making important investment decisions. Securities offered through registered representatives of Cambridge Investment Research Incorporated, a broker-dealer, member FINRA, SIPC. Advisory services through Cambridge Investment Research Advisors Incorporated, a registered investment advisor. Cambridge and SmartPro Financial are not affiliated.